Hello everyone, welcome back to Spectrum classes. In this video, in continuation to our time displacement curve, here we are going to discuss about the velocity of a particle executing simple harmonic motion and velocity displacement curve. So before discussing about the velocity of a particle executing simple harmonic motion, we need to know about the circular motion and some of the terms related to the circular motion. So here we are having a circle and a particle is moving on this circle with a uniform velocity, or you can say uniform angular velocity. And suppose we started at time t is equal to 0 here at the mean position, and at time t is equal to t, this is making an angle theta, and the arc which it draws is equal to s. And here the radius of this circle is equal to a. So here we are going to show you that the angle theta, this is also known as displacement. So theta is equal to arc divided by radius. So this can also be written as theta is equal to s upon a. And as we know from the previous videos that theta, which is a displacement, is equal to omega t. Omega is the angular frequency and sometimes it is angular velocity. I told you in case of simple harmonic motion it is angular frequency, and in the circular motion it is angular velocity. So here theta is equal to omega t, and we are just going to calculate our angular velocity. So omega is equal to theta upon t from this equation. And if we are going to put the value of theta here, so theta is equal to s upon a. From this equation it is s upon a. S is the arc, a is the radius. So if I ask you s is the distance and t is the time, then this can be replaced by u. U is the initial velocity. So omega is equal to u upon a. We can also write down that u, or the initial velocity, is equal to omega a. So wherever we are having the initial velocity, we will replace it by the omega a, where a is the radius of the circle. So this is very important relationship which we are going to use while determining the velocity of a particle executing simple harmonic motion. So if we consider that our particle is moving with uniform circular motion, then its linear velocity is constant. This is important fact. We discussed it several times in the physics. So here, if my particle P is at time t is equal to 0 at its initial or its mean position, after time t, my particle reaches to this point Pt. And if we are just making a tangential line to this point Pt, which gives its linear velocity u. And if I joined its center to this point Pt, the radius of the circle is a and it makes an angle theta. So this angle can also be written like this. This is theta. Now if I draw a perpendicular on this y-axis, then I will get a point Pt to n. And at this moment, these green lines are the components of this u. So this is parallel to the ON direction and this is parallel to the OQ direction. This one, right? So here, if we apply the rules of the geometry, and then we will get, this will be the angle theta. Right? If I draw in this manner, then you can see this is 90 degree and this is the angle theta. And if I extend this, say this is the angle 90 degree and this is the angle theta. Right? So in this manner, we have just drawn all these lines here. Now, if we calculate, suppose I am just going to draw a line like this, Then this will be the base, this will be the base, and this will be the perpendicular to this. So this will be a cos omega t or cos theta, and this will be a sin theta. Mathematics student can easily understand this geometry as well as this trigonometry, but for biology students it will be little difficult, so I will make a separate video on this, right? So here I'm just going to show you that this is the parallel line to OQ or x-axis, then parallel to PN, or we can say this PN, parallel to PN we can say. So this is equal to u sin theta. Here you can see. Now this theta can be replaced by omega t, as I told you earlier. Similarly, perpendicular to this PN, PN is this one, this P and this N. Perpendicular to this, the component of u is u cos theta. And on replacing the value of theta, we are getting omega t. So here parallel to OY, here which is parallel to OY, this one, this direction. What is that? This is u cos theta, right? So this is u cos omega t, and this u cos omega t, it can be considered to be the velocity of the point N. This is important. So this is N, and this u cos theta is the velocity, this component is the velocity of N. Therefore, the velocity which is represented by small v will be equal to u cos omega t. Here we can write down in this manner. So on putting this value of u, we are getting, because we are not having value of u, so we are going to replace it with value of radius. This is not acceleration, this is radius, this is omega, angular velocity. Therefore, v is equal to a omega cos omega t. Now, if I just put it in terms of, because we are on the y-axis, and this y-axis in terms of this theta, if we are just going to check it out, so this will be in terms of sine. I told you earlier. So, if I draw this line here, then this will be in terms of cos theta, and this will be in terms of sine theta. So I just make it in terms of sine theta. So sine cos omega t can also be written as sine omega t plus pi by 2. So that we can easily find out the value of phi. So here what we have seen, the displacement is a sine omega t. Right, y is equal to a sine omega t. So this is the displacement time equation, and this is the velocity time equation. So here velocity is equal to a omega sine omega t plus pi by 2. So if we compare these two, here the phi value is 0, and in this case it is pi by 2. So here we can say that velocity of a particle is ahead by pi by 2 phase from the phase of its displacement, moving in this direction if the particle is moving in this direction. That we are going to discuss next, right? This can also be done alternatively. This is actually geometrical method, but we can do it directly by calculus method. So y is equal to a sine omega t, and if I will do velocity is equal to dy by dt, then I will simply get a omega cos omega t. So that is again we will get this, and if I replace it in the similar manner, I will get sine omega t plus pi by 2. So this is simple actually. So we can do it by alternative method, but we must understand how it's geometrically proven. Now this velocity can, if I'll do this sine square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1. Then cos theta will be equal to 1 minus sine square theta under root. I have kept that value of cos omega t as a omega under root 1 minus sine omega t. Right, so sine, what is sine omega t? Sine omega t is equal to y upon a, because y is equal to a sine omega t. So sine omega t is equal to y upon a. and sine square omega t will be equal to y square upon a square. So simply putting these values here. And now we will get, we can say that velocity of that particle executing simple harmonic motion, it depends on the angular velocity plus radius of the circle and displacement. So it depends on these values, right? Now we are coming to this point where it is maximum, where it is minimum. You just simply do either by this equation, equation number 2, or you can simply do with equation number 1. This is our equation number 1. V is equal to a omega cos omega t. So for cos omega t, if I will put value of omega t as 0, then what I will get? I will get value of cos omega t as 1. So V is equal to a omega. For 0, it is a omega. For pi, it is what? It is minus a omega. And for 2 pi, it is again a omega. But these are the values of 0, pi and 2 pi. So 0, pi and 2 pi. But what about this pi by 2 and 3 pi by 2? So for pi by 2, it is 0. Because cos omega t, if I replace by pi by 2, then cos pi by 2 will be equal to 0. So cos pi by 2, I will get 0. And at these values, as I told you in my previous video, y is equal to 0 at 0, pi and 2 pi, but y is equal to maximum at pi by 2, 3 pi by 2. So here it is just a reverse. Our V maximum or velocity is maximum, and when our displacement is 0, and velocity is minimum when our displacement is maximum. So here this is very important point, and these points are also, we can also write down this in this manner, that it is n pi and this is 2n minus 1 pi by 2. Now I am just going to draw the curve for this velocity displacement. So as I told you earlier, that if our particle is at 0, so it is at time t is equal to 0, the velocity is, angle is again 0, so this will be maximum, a omega. So velocity is here if my particle is starting from the mean position. And here I can also draw this. So my particle is at this point at time t is equal to 0, then my velocity will be a omega. If my particle is here t by 4, then our velocity will be equal to 0, because cos pi by 2 will be equal to 0. And when my particle is here at t by 2, then my velocity will be equal to minus a omega, because V is equal to a omega cos omega t. So at pi by 2, it is at pi, it is equal to minus 1. So a omega minus a omega, V is equal to minus a omega. So here I have drawn this. So if my particle is at this position, these positions are for what? These positions are for, this is for displacement y and this is for velocity. So that is why our velocity is at 90 degree ahead of our displacement, right? So this is very important, and this is asked in several competitive exams. So this need to be understood. We can do it alternatively, but it is important to know through geometrical methods, because that gives us basic insights. So I hope you find this video helpful, and if you find this video helpful, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you all. Thanks for watching.